Hey dudes, what's up? Welcome to the channel. I'm just some guy. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. If you're not new here, well, welcome back. So, I didn't make a video yesterday because my internet was out. And the thing that's kind of sucked was my internet went out like really early in the day, and then it didn't come back until I don't know, like two. Well, it kind of came back a little bit, and then it went out, and then it came back, and then it went out, and then it came back, and then it went out. But it wasn't like fully back until like I don't know midnight or something like that. And at that point, I was already like, man, I'll just make a video in the morning. But the thing is, right? So it's and this happens like every time that the internet or power or whatever goes out. Well, power is a little bit different than internet, right? But like whenever my internet goes out, my internet's usually out for like an extended period of time. And like it's kind of crazy when you think about like how much, especially for me, right? Like, because I just, sit here most of the time and play video games or do like internet stuff and things like that. But like when the internet's out, I'm just like, huh, well, what do I do now? Like what is there to do? Most of my games on Steam typically aren't. Well, some of them are single player. Some of them you can play offline, right? But a lot of them aren't. I can't read manga. I can't watch YouTube videos. I mean, I can do a lot of that from my phone, but like my cell signal is pretty bad out here in the middle of nowhere. And so it's like the internet's out, right? And you're just like, bro, so like what do I do? Like what do I do? I'm not a console gamer either, so like, I can't just like fire up the console. And even then, like a lot of consoles now require like internet connectivity. It's like it's crazy how like so the whole crux of this is like how ingrained everything that I do that we do in general is just tied hardcore to having an internet connection, right? To the point where like once your internet goes out, you're like, bro, oh, what do I do with myself? There's just nothing to do, man. It's just so boring. But for me, last night, I ended up just sitting downstairs, and just reading. So I was talking about like if you saw some of the other videos, I reconnected with a buddy over a really interesting like out of body experience dream thing where like a homie that I hadn't talked to in like 20 years was like in that, and I woke up and I'm like, hey yo, that's that dude. So I ended up talking to him, and one of the cool interesting things is that I've always kind of wanted to go down this path, right? Like the concept of like what are dreams, consciousness, all that stuff has always been kind of interesting to me. So I picked up a couple of books that he suggested. So I started just chunking through some books, and one of the things that I kind of noticed as I was like reading these books is that I would read a handful of pages, but I don't think I was consuming said pages. And typically, when I read, it's like, manga or something along those lines. Even when I'm like doing like courses and stuff like that, typically the courses, it's, video combined with like doing and stuff like that. Whenever I read like a technical document, I like my brain just kind of glazes over half of it, and then I just use it as like a reference, to find what I'm looking for, because I just don't typically like remember everything. But like one of the things I was kind of getting a little bit annoyed with is that I'd get like 10, 20 pages in, and then I would kind of not remember fully like the stuff that I was reading previously. And like I remembered like the high level, like, oh yeah, in this point, we talked about like doing breath work and stuff like that as you're falling asleep, but like I didn't it didn't like remember and consume all of it very well, and I don't know if I just need to like slow down when I'm reading and like really like go back and do maybe like an iterative process where it's like I read it and then I like reread it and then like I compartmentalize it, or maybe it's just the fact that like I haven't read like a whole lot of physical books in a long time, and this is I just need to like retrain myself. um I don't know that I've ever been like exceptionally good at like reading documentation. That's never been like my learning style. Like my learning style has always been like, watch somebody do something or just do it myself and then try to figure it out. And then you just do it a bunch of times, and you eventually get it right. But yeah, it's weird because like I've just been kind of noticing the things that I do, and um just kind of like I'll become cognizant of something that like I don't, it's not really, a super apparent thing, or it'd be something that like you would just normally gloss over, right? But then I'm like, I'll be doing something and then I'm like, wait, why am I doing it like this? Why is this not doing the thing that I want it to do, right? And so it's kind of interesting. In other completely unrelated news, I really do like this cool like Viking braid thing. The only problem is that it's gonna come out here like real soon, and I can't put this back in. I'm gonna put that on my bucket list of like things to try and practice some more. Is maybe trying to do this myself because I don't have somebody else that I can just be like, hey, learn how to do this so that I can have you like make sure that my hair is looking fresh to death. Um, so that's something on my bucket list of learning how to do myself. So, but yeah, I just read, um, but like it's interesting when you just kind of like sit back and you're like, what did I do before there was just like a constant stream of internet? And that's one of the reasons why I want to just kind of go out into the middle of nowhere with like no internet, no cell signal. I was talking to my boss last week, and he said that like him and his wife have some like property that's just kind of out in the middle of nowhere. He said, and he's like, they've only got like limited like satellite internet, no cell signal, no nothing. And I'm like, man, that must be kind of nice because like, you don't even have the option to get like distracted by absolutely everything, all of the time. And I think that would be interesting. I haven't done that in a long time. Like, the best I get is like a digital detox where I just like leave all of my devices in like one room and then just like go downstairs for an hour or two or something along those lines. Um, but it's tough because it's like all of this this is so ingrained into like everything I do and everything we do on a daily basis that it's hard to pull away and just get back to like doing whatever, like, because it's like, man, when I was a kid I didn't have a cell phone. I had a stick and I just went in the woods and I just found other cool sticks, and then I just ran through the woods and we didn't worry about like, you know oh man, what's the newest TikTok trend, am I doing the Fortnite dance correctly? um yeah. Yeah, I don't really know exactly where I was going with that, but the internet was out yesterday, so that's why I didn't put up a video. So I figured I would do one this morning. But as soon as I woke up and went to work, like for some reason, man, like nobody respects like the Monday morning you know, where it's like, just give me like a minute. You know, of course I don't have an update for you on what's going on with the project at 9 in the morning on Monday. Nobody knows what's going on at 9 in the morning on Monday. Like, nobody wants to be awake. There isn't any updates. Nobody did anything over the weekend, you know, and nobody did anything Friday. So it's like, just have your meeting on Tuesday. Tuesday gives like people a whole day to like do stuff, figure things out, get an update on cases, you know, and then maybe I'll give you an answer. But like, if you're hitting me up at like 8:45 on a Monday before I even start work, like, no, I don't have anything for you, homie. Like, chill out, big chill out. But I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you have a good start to your week, and I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. I don't know, I'll figure something out to talk about. But I hope you guys are doing good, and I'll see you guys later. Take it easy, homies. Peace out.